OBS, why do you suck? Okay. So what's going to happen here is... Dude, I'm going to have to open up YouTube in the background. I was going to try to go... Yeah. I gotcha. We're looking good.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live on everything.
Yeah.
I'm extremely annoyed about the lack of chat because I've normally got it set up here. This is one thing I hate about streaming is nothing just works ever. Stream. Let me see if I can just figure it out in 2 seconds, and if not, we're just going to move on. I'll have to pull it up on my phone. I'm thinking it lost the connection to YouTube. So to be honest, part of me is even wondering if I'm even live. Okay, nope. I don't know what his deal is. I worked very hard to set this up previously. So let me pull up the chat on my phone. What's up, EGB Gaming? So Ryan.
EB Games.
EB Game. Oh my gosh.
Copy that.
Okay. I got to pull up the YouTube chat on my personal phone. So we're going to, on my personal account.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Which means I got to pull up Edge now to pull up our list of topics. That way I've got them to rattle off.
Wasted Spark episode 5, boy.
Episode 5. We are
to you very late tonight.
Does that mean that we're serious live or streamers now?
Yeah, that and I have $1 million now.
Oh, wait, did yours just show up too?
Yeah, they just delivered it at my door.
Sorry.
Cash.
Yeah, mine got here last week. I'm
Yeah.
expecting the other $1 million to show up today from all those 6 sponsors. Speaking of which, you gotta be kidding me, bro. My computer's gonna not run well, so I can't pull up our chat questions. So if you don't mind, do you still have the link to the chat, the questions that I sent you last week? It's the same link.
Yeah, I do.
Because I pull it up, my stream goes to junk. Now.
You're talking about the...
Yeah, I just changed it.
Did you... Okay.
I got a big reveal, by the way. Let me go get my box of goodies. Your boy is officially sponsored. Oh yeah, son, we got big box. We got big box and pajamas because my son got sick on me like 6 times today.
Energy.
So your boy's had a clean lounge clothes. So 3 years ago, I bought a Zamp racing helmet from a Hoosier tire and like race shop in Indianapolis. And I have loved that helmet ever since, okay? Which I found out they actually sell motorcycle helmets, by the way. So I reached out to Zamp and I said, hey, I love your guys' helmets. Can we work together in some capacity? I would love to be a representative for the brand. And you already know, but they responded back and they said, let's do it. So I got my new helmet in. Check this bad boy out, son. Dude, this is the RL70E with the graphics. They have a plain white one and then they have this graphics. But this is like serious. This isn't a joke. You can get this outfitted and like ready for like NASCAR, IMSA series, dirt car. This one specifically is not really popular for that. This is more for like grassroots stuff. As you can see, this is not really meant to be worn for 24 hours. It's more supposed to be just comfortable. But I'm in love, dude. This thing is sick. And then, Ryan, I took a page out of your book, and we've got an amber visor that's going to go with it. And I think...
Nice.
Yeah, everybody loves the sound of crinkling plastic on the live stream. I got to get this out, though. I haven't put it on yet because I'm trying to plan a big reveal, which is something that I think we can talk about today. Because I want to do something crazy. Like, I want to do something like a challenge style video. Now, I already posted in on our chat, but dude, tell me that's not going to look sick. And then I mentioned in our chat, but they are sending me their new photochromatic shield, which is fine that it got delayed now because I've since rescheduled my night track meet for next month. So I should have the photochromatic shield. I should be running a night event where I'm going to go from bright daylight to under the lights on a closed course up in Gingerman. So I'm excited. But yeah, all the helmets come ready with tear-offs, with tear-off pins. You just got to order the tear-offs from them. They got a ton of shields, guys. These things are ready for 1 or 2-way communications. These are serious helmets. FIA rated, most of them. This one specifically is Snell rated. Fire retardant. They're not a joke. And then your boy's rolling in it, Ryan. Look at this. You thought
tear-offs?
No, dude. Stickers. Even better.
Decors.
So, now.
I was thinking motorcycle.
No. I believe they do have a Snell motorcycle helmet. Because they have like a M70 something. I haven't looked into it, obviously, because I don't have a helmet. Yeah, but this one's already got like the provisions for like the your water bladder and stuff, which is fine. I don't need that, but it's actually got some like air scoops that you can replace this with. So I have not gotten to play with that, but I am pumped. The only thing I'm a little weird on is this is a medium. My other helmet's a medium. I don't know if this is a different head shape, but I kind of wish I got a large, but I don't know what the difference would be. And that's my other one's just broken in because it's 3 years old. So I've still got 2021 tech stickers on it. So yeah, that is exciting. So here's the big question. What can I do exciting in this helmet? My original thought was like 12-hour road trip in a Miata, helmet on the whole way, top down, just cruising with girls just want to have fun, blaring at max volume. But I don't like...
But you wouldn't get sunburn on your face.
No, but I don't think that's like crazy enough. So, what are you thinking? No ideas yet. Okay,
Maybe
that settles
just take
it.
it to a track day.
I've got to crash the car with the helmet to prove that it's safe. I got to be careful what I wish for.
Yeah.
So, but no, the Miata and I are ready to run. We have points event 6 this weekend, which I'm pumped about. And then after points event 6, actually I don't know when the next points event next month is, but there should be another one next month. And then we got the track day. The track day I'm still good to go for. I got my official approval today. My event has been moved to next month. So we're good there. Still Gingerman, still Track Nights in America. It's just a different date, which I'm a little bummed about, but it is what it is. And obviously, like I said, at least I'll have the photochromatic shield, which would be kind of sick. But yeah. So, Ryan, the Miata has not sold.
No, sir.
Where are we at on racing the Miata?
Oh, well. It needs a little bit of a cash injection to get it.
You know what I think you should do?
Where I would want it to be. Doesn't need to be there. But tires I got on that thing right now, I'm going to...
Those tires cannot go to an autocross, let alone
Those
track
tires
day.
are... Yeah, exactly.
Those tires need to go in the trash.
I need a brake fluid flush. I need to address... I don't need to, but... It's an oil leak, pretty big. Anyway, it needs some attention before it's ready for a track day.
That's fair.
To say the least.
Yeah.
I don't really know what I'll have to look at the rules for. What is it, SCCA that's holding this track day?
Yes. Wait,
Yeah.
no, because it's Track Nights in America, I believe, is the organization.
Are you allowed to run ethylene glycol coolant? Or do you have to run water?
Sounds like all the limitations are set by the track, not the event themselves. Because, like,
By the way, are you running novice or intermediate?
I'm gonna be novice.
Oh,
Probably. Why?
I was wondering if I should do intermediate because.
You have experience.
And I would say that you probably could too, because intermediate or novice is my understanding, pretty slow. And there's a lot of rules. Like, I'm pretty sure you just straight up cannot pass anyone. You just can't. So
I might have to email the event organizers and ask. Just say, hey, I've got 25 autocross under my belt. It's not a track day, but what are your thoughts? That might be a good idea. What's up, Jay
I
Stars?
mean, what I would do maybe is show up in novice. If you tell them you haven't done a track day, they're probably going to tell you to go in novice.
Yeah.
Go to the driver's meeting, learn the flags, learn how things work, and then 2 sessions in, tell them, hey, I'm getting antsy out here. I know how to drive the car. I know the car well. I just want to push it a little harder. And can you guys bump me up to intermediate? And I'm sure they would,
Yeah.
give you your money's worth out of the event. Let you.
Yeah, that might be the way I need to go. So, but yeah, I'm excited. I was really bummed about having to cancel the event, and I'm just excited I still get to run. Luckily, I mean, I've already put in all the money that I needed to put in to go run, so that barrier is down, and that was the original barrier. I got pads sitting around. I'm going to throw in the pads the weekend before the event, bet them in, park the car, and it'll be ready to go. As far as running water with water wetter, I could do that. I don't know.
If they don't make you, I wouldn't even bother. But
Okay, I'd rather not if I don't have to.
bikes, on bikes, if it's intermediate, anything outside of or novice, all drain bolts have to be safety wired, and you have to run water. So that was quite a significant task, getting my bike ready for intermediate track days.
Yeah, my drain bolt is not safety wired.
It might be just a bike thing. I don't know.
That would make a lot of sense, though, because a lot more at stake there.
Well, if you lose all your oil on a bike, your motor locks up and you're dead.
Oh, well, yeah. I was thinking more like putting down oil for some dude to slip on.
Oh, yeah, that too. You'll kill everyone behind you and yourself.
So now I know how to get rid of somebody. Hey, Ryan, want to go run a bike track day? I'm going to buy a bike, dude. I'm still a little upset about the YouTube stuff. I'll have to come back and check YouTube chat every now and then. So, we do not have a guest tonight. We might reschedule with said guest that we were going to work with. They had a thing come up, which is fair. Oh, I got some heaters on here. How quickly do you want to hit the heater? This is
heater?
Yeah, this is only going to be a heater if you know who I'm talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, I should preface, this is like a prime example of Mitchell shits on things that he doesn't know anything about. Okay?
Shit talk king.
Matt Farah from the Smoking Tire doesn't know shit. He doesn't know shit. He's not a car enthusiast. He's a content creator. Have you ever heard this guy talk? And I'm not talking about on the Smoking Tire.
So, what triggered you? Tell me what it is.
He was on. So he's been on the PK podcast 3 times now. Okay. If you don't know what the PK podcast is, don't worry, you're not wasting your time. Even though I listen to it all the time. He was on there and he straight up said that dual overhead cam and pushrod engines calculate their volumes differently. Tell me, am I the stupid one here? You're saying that a 5-liter pushrod and a 5-liter dual overhead cam or a 5-liter overhead cam are calculated differently than a pushrod.
Like this volume of the cylinder?
He is saying the displacement, I'll have to find the exact wording, but his statement was you cannot compare a Ford Coyote and an LS like a 6.2 because they got different valve trains. He said the LS is a pushrod engine, whereas the Coyote is a dual overhead cam. I had another guy, Levi, on
Maybe
TikTok.
He was talking about the flow.
Which is fair. That's 100% fair. If I remember correctly, he was talking about displacement.
He could have misspoke.
I've also had people in my comments a while back. I was shitting on Dodges because that's my other favorite thing to do. And people were saying that you can't compare a 6.4 Challenger to a 5-liter dual red cam Coyote. Why? Why not? Dodge could have built the exact same thing. Why can't you compare it? Dodge built a 6.4 dual pushrod because they felt that was their best attempt at making the greatest engine for that vehicle. Now, they failed. You know, I think we can all agree Dodge makes some junk motors. I'm sure nobody would disagree with that, right? Nobody likes Dodge. You're supposed to go, yeah, dude, of course.
My headset died. I couldn't hear you for a second.
I'm just blatantly over here ripping into Dodge. I joke. I don't like the Dodge pushrod engines, but I still think that's a fair comparison. Yes, they are drastically different engines. Yeah, but you can compare the horsepower output of a Coyote versus an LS. We can do it all day long. The Coyotes are making insane power, and the LS is making insane power. The LS makes up for RPM and flow with displacement. What?
Yes.
Why is that an unfair match? Why do people think that's an unfair match? More importantly, why does Matt Farah think that the displacement is calculated? I don't understand. Like, because I remember I was mowing one day and I literally came to a stop. I was like, what did he just say? And like the dudes on the PKA podcast, like they just know like there's a Camaro with a supercharger. And that's like all the one knows, and the other one drives like a Toyota truck. So they don't know anything about cars. So they weren't caught off by it. But I heard that, and I literally stopped. I was like, "Did he just say that?" And I rewinded it.
He might be talking about volumetric efficiency.
Listen, if you've heard this man talk about cars, I don't think he's talking about volumetric efficiencies. I promise. He was talking. There's a subreddit called the Fuck Cars subreddit on Reddit, obviously. And their whole thing is they think cars are dumb, and they think that we should abolish cars and people should take mass transport or bicycles everywhere. And they go on.
Okay, tell me how that's going to work.
Agreed.
Anyway, keep going.
Matt Farah's into it. He's like, yeah, no, I agree. I'm like, what are you talking about? Your entire living is based on driving cars and you just don't like them?
He's already got all his money.
I guess so. And it's like...
Doesn't matter anymore.
I don't know. It's just, if you guys have time, listen to this man talk. Because I'm telling you, I think he's a good entertainer. I used to listen to the Smoking Tire podcast. I think he's dumber than a box of rocks.
He's a TV show host. That's all he is.
Yes. So anyway, Matt Farah.
I don't think he's ever tried to be anything other than that.
Oh, listen to him talk. So anyway, Matt Farah, if you're listening, we are looking for sponsors. So if you'd like to sponsor us, just let me know. What are you doing over there, son?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm reading the YouTube chat.
Oh.
Or like trying to...
No.
Nobody's doing anything on it.
No. So, I have been reading up on these RX-8 Renesas motors. And I have come across something that I've never heard anybody talk about. And I think I might blow your mind a little bit here. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why people hate the Renesas engine in the RX-8s? Well, first of all, you know the Renesas is a 13B, but it's different from the 13B in the RX-7. Yes.
The reason people hate the RX-8 is not because of the actual Renesas engine itself. It's because of everything around it, from what I understand.
No, they hate the engine as well. The original Renesas, I guess...
It's the compression ratio, isn't it?
Yeah, they upped the compression ratio. I don't know what the RX-7... I think it's the REW in that one. I don't know what the compression ratio is in that, but I know the Renesas, they went up to 10-0.
Because they wanted to get more power density, but now, like, people who have these cars now, they want to turbo them. You can't do that with high compression.
Right, but we have fuel that would allow us to do that. The problem is when you premix, my understanding is when you start premixing, you are lowering the octane of that mixture, so it's more prevalent to detonation. However, again, we've got fuel for that. We've also got other ways of mixing fuel and oil besides just straight up two-stroke premix or rotary premix. But here's the deal. On most rotary engines you've seen like built, you've seen like pictures of them, where are the exhaust and intake inlets and outlets?
On the sides of the irons.
Well, be careful what you say here. The iron is the sandwich plate. The housing is the round section that the rotor rides inside.
I know, but the iron has the exhaust port in it.
On the Renesis, not on the older 12A, 13B, etc. They were
So the
all
exhaust
in the
port's on the
housings.
housing?
Yes.
Okay.
That is called a peripheral port. That's why nobody does a peripheral port on an RX-7. It's because it's got a peripheral port from the factory. That is the style of exhaust. But people will peripheral port the RX-8s. You can just get a Mazda part that does this, though. Well, real quick, by the way. So for the record, the reason they're in the casting, the iron casting, is because they were having issues with pushing oil with the apex seal out the exhaust, which was really bad for emissions. Therefore, in order to pass emissions, they put that port on the side, which is in the iron. And that helped keep oil from going out of the exhaust. Didn't really sound like it would work that well, but I guess it worked for them. I mean, they were able to sell the car. So my understanding is, and this isn't my understanding, this is coming from Kyle Mohan Racing, Mazda Tricks, tuning and performance, people who have won some very big road course and drifting and I believe also drag racing stuff in rotary cars. Them and some other tuning shops around the world came up with a good solution. You take 84 to 87, don't quote me on that date, but you can take the housings from, I guess, what would be an FC, and they bolt right up in the Renesis. They stack up perfectly. So you don't put a Renesis housing in it. You put this... it's the
Put an FC housing?
Yeah, which the abbreviation is the GLS SE or whatever housing. And you can buy those cheaper than a Renesis housing, brand new from Mazda. Right now. You can go buy them from Mazda Tricks, $650 a housing. A brand new Renesis housing.
And what benefit does this give you?
The benefit is you now not only have the exhaust port and the iron housing, but you've also got the peripheral port in your housing. I'm sorry, I should have said you no longer have the exhaust port and the end plate. You also have it in the housing. So you are taking this from I think they call it a 2-port exhaust to a 5-port. Kyle Mohan Racing is referring to it as a multi-port. The downside is nobody sells an exhaust manifold for it. But Kyle Mohan Racing does sell a CNC'd exhaust manifold plate that you can buy, bolt up to the housing or to your block, and then you can make your own custom exhaust manifold. So not only do you have a ton more flow, and Kyle Mohan Racing and Mazda Tricks, who have been doing this stuff for years, are both saying the intake on the Renesis is amazingly free-flowing. They have zero issues with the flow coming out of there, even though that's what people are porting. They said it's exhaust flow that is choking the Renesis, and it's part of the reason why these engines don't like being turbocharged. Obviously, higher compression, but we're boosting tons of motors with 10, 11, and now the Coyotes with 12 to 1, the new Coyote. So,
don't you need like a ton of back pressure though, dude? You never heard somebody say you need a ton of back pressure in your exhaust to make more power?
Yeah, but that was always for NA motors.
Dude, just seal up the exhaust port.
Dude, if you don't have a quarter-inch
that's how you make
hole,
more power, dude.
You're not making any power. So
weld that shit up.
Did I go offline? Oh, I was on the wrong thing. So I am currently investigating a Mazda RX-8 as the new project car this winter. My current theory is I would like to sell the Miata after I run my very last autocross points event. We then have a fun event after that. My plan would be to list the Mazda for sale that night. I posted it earlier on the NC1 or on the NC Miata Facebook page. Just kind of was trying to get some feelers out there, and it sounds like everybody was saying like, yeah, I'd sell this thing for $7,500, $8,000. So I'm gonna list this thing for like $9,000, try to get $8,000 out of it. Which means that would leave me a lot of money to go pick up an RX-8, $1,500, $2,000 with a bad hot start, low compression, and then hopefully rebuild it. And I've been looking at prices. The price for the GLS SE housings Or, well, okay, first of all, the cost for the brand new GLS SE housings from Mazda in a box, straight off of the production floor, would be about $1,300 for the two rotors or the two housings. And then I would need to get the irons renitrided. And ideally, I would get one that doesn't need rotors because the rotors are not cheap. And then I do a full internal seal kit, and then I do a full seal kit, like water jackets, water pump, everything. And that is going to run about just under $4,000. And then if you want to get used GLS SE housings, you could knock about $1,000 off that. It's about $500 for those. But I don't know if I'd want to do used. I don't know how you can recondition those. Obviously, you can hone a cylinder on a piston engine. You can even deck the block, and typically you have some space there where you'll just bump the compression slightly, but you're not running into interference. I don't know if you can do that on a rotary, but I would like to rebuild.
You should be able to.
This is like a serious plan.
It's a fun build.
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing about the GLS SE, first of all, I'm wanting to do a Bridgeport because I need that nasty brap at idle. Yeah. So I'm currently investigating. There is a shop in Indianapolis that does rotary specific work. I would get the manifold, and then I have an idea for a shop that does some pretty sick welding. I've already been to their shop. If they're on the TikTok stream right now, they know who they are. I would reach out to them in February, take the car with the motor set in there and say, hey, this thing hasn't fired up yet. Here's your your manifold plate for the block. Weld me up something that bolts right up to the exhaust that's already in the car. That way I essentially have a 5-point hybrid Renesis exhaust manifold. That's what it's called, by the way, the hybrid Renesis. So I think this is what I want to do. Like, dead serious. And I think that I'm 100% capable of doing it. And I think what I could get out of the Miata would cover this. I think this would cover this, and then I could still buy some really nice coilovers. Like, I'm talking $1,500 coilovers, maybe $2,000 coilovers.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it looks like all the rebuilds I'm looking at, even if I just did Renesis housings, it's about $4,000. And again, this is with a full seal kit. Every single seal removed and replaced.
Yep.
I just don't know what it's going to cost to get the irons renitrided. And I don't know what it would cost to get a Bridgeport done. And then obviously a dyno tune. So I'm assuming...
The irons are nitrided?
Yes. They're nitrided from the factory.
Carbo-nitrided or nitrocarburized?
You're asking the wrong... I don't know. You're asking the wrong person there. Ideally, I would be working with a shop out of Indianapolis or so that would be doing my port work if I'm going to do porting. And I would get them to kind of help me through that process and even have them do the work. Ideally, even do my tuning. So...
Well, you got me looking at RX-7s now.
Yeah, good luck. I was just about to say, you should get an RX-8.
You know...
Wait, you were shitting on the RX-8. What is your beef with
the RX-8?
No,
I've never shit on the RX-8.
Yeah, you were saying, you were like, you
should...
No.
All I was saying is, after driving the Miata, and I have driven an RX-8 before, not hard, not like autocross level, but they definitely feel much more boaty than a Miata. That's all I was saying. Oh, and like to the surprise of no one.
I could believe that.
But
I don't know anything about setting up a rotary, but obviously I would ideally never be in this car in a stock suspension.
That's what I'm saying. You'd have coils on it, and yeah, you can make anything feel really good.
The only
thing I think the RX-8 would feel really good after a good set of coils and
yeah. The
tires.
Only thing that I am concerned about is there are still multiple other ways that what's going on here? Oh, Brandon's trying to get in. There are multiple ways that an RX-8 can fail. I'm actually, let me get him in here and I'll explain. By the way, since we got 2 people on TikTok, what's up, guys? Oh, he doesn't have permissions.
Oh.
And wasted spark now. Okay. Oh, wait, there he is.
What's up, Brandon?
Going on, gentlemen?
How you doing?
Not too shabby.
Okay. So, Brandon, we're talking about Renesis stuff. And I'll have to clue you in on this revelation I found today about how to fix the Renesis Achilles heel with factory Mazda parts.
Okay.
But I want to touch on Renesis failure points, and I'll give you the quick rundown on what I'm wanting to do. Because just for the record, I think the RX-8 ship is sailing. We got a time frame. I got a build plan. We'll talk about build plan afterwards because I think it's going to be a really cool series. So the thing that I had to be wary on is, first of all, I want to buy a dead rotary. That's for sure. But there's multiple ways a rotary can die, not just loss of sealing inside of the engine. That's perfect. That's what I want because I can get new seals. You can replace the seals easy. The apex seals, corner seals, all those. That's not hard. The concerning part is the RX-8 Renesis gets very hot, specifically around the exhaust ports, Ryan, which is why this would be a huge upgrade to do, especially for somebody who's wanting to run track stuff or turbocharging. And they can crack. When they crack, your housings are junk. You're going to lose compression. They're not going to seal. You got to get new irons. There's also, you can spin a bearing in a rotary, which I guess I should have realized, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And that'll obviously eat the rotor up. Turns out Renesis RX-8 rotors aren't cheap. Oh, you've got to mill the Renesis apex seal lands very slightly, but Mazda Tricks and KMR Performance, or KMR, do that as a service. Anyway, we'll get back to that. Brandon, you're lost now, but I'll catch up speed. So that, and then also you can have an RX-8 apex seal break. They supposedly, Kyle Mahon Racing and Mazda Tricks have both found that the RX-8 apex seals are more brittle and than the RX-7 seals, is my understanding. So specifically, when you go to do this peripheral port housing, which is what we're talking about, the hybrid Renesis, you have to run RX-7 seals. They found that the RX-8 seals just don't hold up very well. And I'm going to get back to the build plan. Let me catch Brandon up to speed in 2 seconds. Brandon, you can bolt up 1980s, I believe, RX-7 FC housings, which is what the rotor rides in, to Renesis RX-8 plates and end plates and intermediate plates. They bolt right up, and then it fixes an issue on the RX-8 where the exhaust port goes out of the irons, which is out of the end plate, and it's a huge restriction to exhaust flow, and it has really bad heat concentrations in that area. Kyle Mahon Racing and Mazda Tricks have both found great improvements in flow, horsepower, and heat dissipation by mounting up this 1980s plate. And that plate, or those, housings, are cheaper than Renesis housings, and they are still manufactured brand new from Mazda. They're $400 cheaper.
Crazy.
That's the big thing. That's the only reason why I'm considering this. I have zero.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
That Mazda still manufactures those brand new.
Yeah. So
Do you know they still make brand new Miata parts?
I mean, yeah, I figured so because I know that it's just got a big cult following and in racing too.
Yep.
But yeah, that is cool. So Brandon, the idea would be to do that and then do a bridge port, and then nitride. The irons is a process I guess I would need to go through as well. I'm still learning a lot, but yeah.
It sounds like you did your homework.
Well, I'm still doing homework, trying to understand exactly what this is going to look like. The only thing that I'm concerned about is there's going to have to be a lot of processing, which leads me to the plan. I said I would like to sell the Miata after our last points event. It's getting listed for sale. Which shit, Brandon, I think is in November, isn't it?
Yes, it's the first weekend in November.
Okay, I'm probably going to list the Miata for sale before the last points event. And then I just won't tell somebody that's buying it that I'm going to go race it right before they come look at it. Anyway, ideally the Mazda would sell and I would pick up an RX-8 very beginning of December or the first week of December. It would need to happen quickly. I'm willing to drive. I've got a vehicle that can tow an RX-8. So get it home immediately, get the motor out, and begin diagnosing exactly what I need. I need the irons to be okay, and I need the rotor to be okay. Now, that's not hard to do. As long as you just simply lost compression due to sealing over time, that's probably what's going to happen. But like I said, there are 2 cases where you could have more catastrophic damage. So I would need to get something that like is close to running, is recently lost compression. Anyway, we'll get down that bridge when we get there. So I need to pull the motor apart and then go, okay, yeah, rotors are good, so I don't need to buy rotors. Housings are good, I don't need to buy housings. It is time to start ordering parts. I would order the GLS SE housings, the housings, and then I would contact a shop to get porting done. I would get these plates sent out to get them ported and get them nitrided. I would then send out the RX-8 pistons rotors, whatever they are, to get them machined to accept the RX-7 apex seals and side seals. And then I would start ordering parts, and then I go on vacation. So while this stuff is getting completed, I'm hopefully going to come back to a doorstep full of boxes full of RX-8 rebuild parts. And then in January, we go to town. Immediately, we're rebuilding this thing because I'm trying to make the first fun of it.
We should do a live stream of putting all this together.
That'd be pretty sick. I do know I plan on doing a full detailed video. Maybe not necessarily a how-to, but just showing people like how easy. I've never built a motor. I want to show how easy this could be because there's so many video guides on rebuilding rotaries. It's not funny. Anyway, start getting the motor back together, and then like I said, eventually we're going to get to a point where it is ready to fire up. As it sits, it's going to need a tune. But the thing is, we're not going to have an exhaust header. Brandon, the thing with this is you go from having like a 2 or 3 port exhaust setup to a 5 port exhaust setup. And you can buy a exhaust flange for this, but it doesn't have the header. Luckily, you and I know of a shop in Ohio that looks like they do some pretty serious welding. And I would try to reach out to them. I haven't said anything to them yet, so we'll see if they end up seeing this. Because this is like new as of today.
This has escalated quite quickly from the time we talked about it till now.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
That's about how like all the things with you go though.
Yeah, and then it falls apart. But the current plan, we got to get this thing together, get that flange bolted to the side of the block, throw it on a trailer, get it down there, and have them weld up exhaust manifold. And then we fire up the car, listen to it brap one time, and then we shut it off, and we tow it here in Indianapolis to a shop, get it tuned, and then we show up and we shake it down at the very first autocross event. First fun event in December. And
sounds like
it'll go just like that with no issues.
No issues at all.
None. Ever. But yeah, the only reason I'm stuck on this RX-8 thing, man, I can't think of another lightweight, high-revving 4-door car that would be this fun. Well,
no.
But there's a bunch of Hondas, but I want rear-wheel drive. So that's kind of it.
I think it's a good idea. I'm into it.
Yeah,
and it's
you're gonna have to let me drive it.
Like with the Speed
cool.
3, I just had too much money in the motor build, but this is an affordable, fun build. You're not trying to go crazy with it.
As long as I can get something that doesn't have damaged rotors and that's the other thing. I can just knock off the whole GLS SE housings and just slap some RX-8 housings on it and just assemble it. The porting is optional. The GLS SE housings are optional. That's all optional. And if I do the Renesis housings, I just need to get the irons nitrided. But it shouldn't be too hard. There's still a hot amount of rotary enthusiast shops. And Brandon, there's actually one in Indianapolis.
That will definitely make things easier.
Yeah. So I don't know. Right now, there's a lot that's speculation. I don't want to start calling shops and saying we're doing this until I come home with an RX-8 and I'm like, hey guys, I need this thing tuned. So.
Yeah, I would definitely wait until you have a car in the garage.
So, yeah, that's my 30-minute spiel on the RX-8.
I'm into it.
Brandon,
so
go ahead.
What's up, Mitch? I'd say, so if it works out, I told Maria you will be selling a Miata at the end of the season.
Yes.
She seems interested enough for us to buy it. So
Woo! There you go, buddy.
Staying in the family.
Yeah. And if you guys are interested and it's something that I can get sold quickly and give myself more time to look for an RX-8, that price that I threw out looks like that's what I would sell to other people. So we could probably negotiate a little bit. I've just got to make sure I leave myself room because it sounds like if I get into it and like the rotor's destroyed and the housings are destroyed.
You're going to have to move fast. You're going to have to leave yourself extra time.
Yeah. So.
Mitch,
you will find shit.
Unfortunately for you, I know how much you paid for that car, so I'm going to cut you in half.
There. So, I posted on the Miata Facebook page today, and it sounds like the general consensus was $75,000 to $8,000, and that was with a picture of the seat. But I don't know if that really showed all the blemishes that well.
Oh, you asked what the value would be?
Mm-hmm. I posted on the Facebook page and I said, "Hey, I'm considering selling this. What do you guys think?"
Wow.
So, I have been recognized, by the way, on my personal Facebook, and I'm a little terrified.
Uh-oh.
Because I posted that with my personal Facebook, and I've used a lot of those pictures in TikTok. And there was a gentleman on there that I follow. He's got a BMW. He runs autocross. And he commented, I remember I saw the name, and I was like, And I'm like, oh, wait a second. I recognize that name. And then there was a second comment, sad to see you're selling it. I've been loving the TikToks. I was like, I know that guy. And now somebody has seen my personal Facebook. So I had to do a quick thought of like, oh, man, what did I post when I was like 15 in 2012 or 2011? Oh, man.
Nobody's going to blame you for it.
I might, though.
It's probably not as bad as stuff you might think.
Oh, I don't know about that. I was big into the Call of Duty scene, dude. Dalton and I were playing Call of Duty every night.
And you were posting on Facebook about it?
I posted a bunch of dumb stuff on Facebook. Who knows? I was the kid that was like posting like all the really emotional bullshit. Like I was a cringy kid in high school. Somebody really should have stopped me.
Yeah, we just wanted to see the train wreck, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of get a kick out of seeing like Facebook. It's like, hey, look at what you posted 13 years ago. And I'm like, dude, please, can you just remove all of that?
Hide it. Kill it.
Like, I don't think any of it's really bad. It's just kind of like, why did you do that? Like, at the time, I remember, like, I think the Facebook tagline was like, well, what are you up to today? And I had literally gone there, like, so today I had a dentist appointment. Kind of pissed me off. My dentist is a jerk. So, Brandon, we talked earlier about racing. Cam Challenge.
Was a blast.
Your boy went out and you smacked up on some cars.
Yes, it was much fun.
Yeah.
I was surprised because like I went in there with a full head of steam. Like, okay, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna put some lap times down. I'm gonna beat some of these guys. And then, yeah, I got smacked in the face quite quickly. I'm like, showed up and there was all these high aero, high horsepower builds, and I'm like, oh yeah, most stock Mustang here.
What were some of the fast cam cars? I know you were telling us about some of the classics and stuff, but like, what is a fast Cam C car? Is it like boosted 1LE, 6th gen?
Honestly, it's the Coyotes.
Really?
I want to say the top 4 cars in my class over the weekend were all Coyotes.
S197s?
No, S550s.
Oh, yeah, S550. You're right.
Yeah.
The IRS cars.
Yeah.
Interesting. How many 1LEs were there? Sixth gens. I figured they'd be out there whooping up on things.
There was, I think, 2 or 3 in my class, but they were all running XS or what was the other one?
F Street.
F Street, and then there was one other class that they were dabbling in. But
Huh.
GM actually had, I want to say it was like 5 or 6 cars there, like how the Honda does for our region.
Yeah.
They had 5 or 6 GM cars there. They had 2 Corvettes and 3 Camaros, I think.
Wow.
So, but
That's
it was a
pretty
good time.
incredible. That is sick, man.
Oh.
Yeah. I kind of wish I had gone. I really need to shake down the Miata because I got to thinking I'm going to have... Oh, I think I found where all that additional wear on the driver's side is coming from on the Miata.
Okay.
I sit on the driver's side, and I weigh 200 pounds. There's a 200-pound weight on the driver's side of the car. That's probably why the driver's side is getting eating into the fender more than the passenger.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know why I didn't think about that night. Well, I did have some spicy Cokes, which I'm considering getting right now. So I think, considering we're going to be co-driving the Miata, I think I'm going to try to raise it quarter inch. I don't know. I think I'm going to raise it a quarter inch or so and then just unbolt the camber bolt and just yank the wheel out and then tighten it back down to the max setting I can get. So the alignment may be a little off, but I don't think
You're going to take camber out?
No,
No.
he's gonna add
Yeah.
camber.
Oh, add it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about
Max
to
it
say,
out.
Because I remember we maxed the camber at 3 degrees, and I think we were trying to get 3.3, which is I think is what a lot of the autocross NCs are running. But you have to get different camber bolts and bearings or whatever.
Eccentrics.
Yeah.
Centric bolts.
So I think I don't know exactly what my camber will be, but I just know I want to max it out. So I'm going to raise it and just max it, and then we'll run it. That would adjust my toe, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I was going to say, if you want, maybe Thursday night, you can swing by the shop and if you're available.
Yeah. I might take you up on that.
I mean, even if you showed up at 6 o'clock, I mean, we can get it handled.
Yeah, I might have to do that. I'm just trying to think when I'm going to have time to raise it because Jessica actually got off at a decent time tonight, which is shocking. Oh, I might be able to do it tomorrow. Eli's got pictures tomorrow.
What time tomorrow?
Afternoon. It sounds like she's taking them because it's not like family photos. I don't know if I'm going to be there or not. So anyway, I'll find out. But if nothing else, I'm going to have to raise the car Thursday. Because otherwise... Okay. Yeah, because I'm afraid otherwise I'm going to start getting into the tire. I did take it out to film a video, which I just uploaded today. And I tried to kind of just get on the brakes a couple times, try to lay it over a little bit. But obviously it was nothing like autocross. So I need to go out there and just see if I got into the tire at all. But I don't want to get out there and start getting into the tire. And I'm like, oh, sorry, Maria, your first time. You only get to run once because we're chewing into the tire. So I got to park it. So.
Yeah. But going to this cam challenge has lit a fire under me about getting the Monte Carlo done.
Oh, heck yeah.
There was probably between 40 and 50 Cam T cars.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, let me tell you, them, big body GM V8s had me riled.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I would love to see the G-body out there. It'd be cool to see you take your grandma out there in her old car.
Yeah, I think that'll be a blast. I'd say so. But I'm honestly would love to have the Monte Carlo done by Cam Challenge next year.
Yeah, it sounds like we're not far of getting the motor in, are we? What else do you need?
Well, trans, drive shaft, and then that's the big components. And then I got to get the interior put back together and obviously get the suspension sorted. But that's
I'd like to see it just running and driving out what it's on.
Yeah.
So Yeah, man, getting the G body out there, be a, especially on stock suspension, be a whole new meaning to the G body shuffle.
Oh yeah, I'd have all the body roll.
Yeah,
That's got to be fun though.
Oh, it would be.
Regardless, I mean,
and it's gonna be an LS, 400 horsepower
Yeah.
LS, and an old G body. What does a G body weigh?
I was looking it up last night because I was trying to figure out, like, if I could cut a bunch of weight, where I would be. But mine weighs like 3,200 pounds.
That's not CAMC
Oh.
then.
No,
Oh, that's
so
well.
it's
What
gonna
about
be
CAMT?
it'll be CAMT because I can go down to 3,000 pounds at CAMT.
That'd be 100% doable, dude.
Yeah.
400 horse and a 300-pound car. That'd be awesome. That'd be plenty. I remember we thought my
That's-
Cobalt was quick at 300 wheel at 3,000 pounds.
yeah, that'll be quick. If you can put the power down,
Oh, it's gonna get
which
the
probably is
sticky
the hardest
boys
part.
Yeah, it's
Well,
I have no limitations on tires, so I could literally go down to, probably a 12-inch wide tire if I can fit it.
yeah.
That'll help.
Yeah, man, that'd be sick to see that out there. So wait a second, you're wanting to buy the Miata and finish the G body?
Well, the Miata would be more, like, it won't be a project. It's going to literally stay the exact same way it is right now.
Well, I guess I've done all the hard work for you. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I mean, Maria's not going to ever get to the point of, I don't think she'll ever want to get to the point of being competitive.
Nah. Yeah.
And I think it's just a matter of just her going out and doing it with us.
That's fair. And the Miata would be a nice one because it would be really easy to manage in the cones, especially compared to something like the G body would be.
You drive manual?
Yeah, she can drive manual.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I let her drive my car once.
I'd say she did ask to see if she could drive your car again this week so she can get a refresher on it.
Yeah. Yeah, heck, I just got paid. If you guys want, we can go out and get dinner. Well, shit, we'll be up in Indianapolis tomorrow. I don't
We're
know
going
what
to the fair
time.
tomorrow night. We're going to the state fair tomorrow.
Okay. Well, if nothing else, maybe I'll bring the Miata down there and Jessica can follow me, and you and I can double check the alignment, and we'll all go get tacos after or something.
Yeah, we could probably do that.
Yeah.
I miss the taco places in Indianapolis.
Bro, listen.
Bro, I'm telling you, there's no good Mexican restaurants up here.
Well, boy, I got a good news for you.
Not even close.
You got to come back down here because this new place right around the corner from my house, it's a little hole in the wall. Looks like it's owned by just a little family, local family. They got some good fucking tacos.
They do.
Yeah.
Their
Right.
their margaritas are pretty good too.
Brandon didn't even get the good one. They got the jalapeno margarita, and it is amazing.
Oh man.
I don't go anywhere else. This is it. They got some good stuff. You know what? I should call them. Tell them sponsor my car. I'll stick a big old sticker on it.
All the tacos you could eat.
Oh, Brandon, you didn't even get to see. Hang on, I've been over here
Your
playing.
boy
with
got a new helmet.
Yeah, dude, check this thing out.
That is sick.
Yeah, the only thing it's got a pressure point in the back of the head. I think it's because this one's not broken because this is the same size as my other helmet. It's that or it's a different head shape. I don't know, but I think I'm just gonna wear it a little bit this week, and I think we'll be good to go. Also, it's got very different foam padding. Dude, the foam padding is soft, so I think after this weekend. Oh, actually, I feel what it is. The earpieces. Okay, well, you can get different earpieces and stuff, but I'm gonna get that sorted. But I got a sick visor that's gonna go on here, and then they're gonna get me that new photochromatic shield, which Zamp has not officially released yet. It is a new product that's not out, but they're gonna send that to me. He said 2 weeks, which was a week ago. So I will have that for the Track Night in America event. But more importantly, Brandon, you got a Zamp helmet, right?
Yep.
We gotta get you stickered up. Hold on.
Hell yeah.
I got.
Can I use a motorcycle helmet for racing a car?
Snell?
Might be a dumb question. Yeah, it's Snell rated.
Yes, you
Then
can.
you're good.
It's current.
Yeah,
Okay.
up until recently, you see probably that.
So did like Zamp come out and try to like sponsor you?
Yes, they gave me 70% off all their equipment, all their safety equipment.
Bro,
So
so you're gonna buy me a helmet, right?
I probably could. This is a $500 helmet. It was $120. And if anybody's watching, just for reference, this isn't my first Zamp helmet. I bought a Zamp RZ59 that I've been wearing for over 3 years. I bought it with my own cash at a local distributor, and I loved that helmet. I have zero interest in wearing another helmet. I wanted Zamp. I will happily brag about Zamp. Also, are they in here? No, they're not in here. Dude, I might have to go grab them. Hang on. Okay, here they are. So he was asking my contact at Zamp, Zach. What's up, Zach? Zach was asking me. He was like, "Do you need anything else?" I told him. I said I wanted the shield and I wanted the helmet. He's like, we got gloves too. He goes, I saw your videos. You don't really wear gloves. He goes, but if you'd like, we can hook you up. Should be cheap enough. You want to try them? And at first I was like, eh. And I got to look. I was like, you know what? Send me a pair of gloves. We'll try it. So for $15, I had to get race red. So
Do you not wear gloves at autocross?
I haven't, but I will. I'm gonna try these out.
I feel like I couldn't. I don't know.
And again, these are SFI rated gloves right here. SFI spec 3.3. So these, my understanding is these are fire retardant. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to double check the website. But my understanding is that's what the SFI rating is. I know for a fact the helmet is fire retardant. This specific one is Snell rated, but they also do have SFI rated helmets. They have a bunch of SFI rated gear, including Hans device. Dude, they have fire retardant underwear, pants, shirts. They have full custom suits. It looks like they may work with a couple of professional drifters. I think specifically.
How much are we talking for a helmet like that?
This specific one is one of their more expensive ones. This is $420. No. The white one I think is $470. This one's $500. But they have a carbon fiber one that's like $1,000. Their motorcycle helmet, Ryan, the one that I believe is motorcycle, I think was $200 to $300. I don't. I mean,
that's the cost of like a decent helmet. I mean, that's
and
you got to pay to play.
Keep in mind, when you order these helmets, they have a bunch of attachments, including Hans devices. This one specifically is ready to accept a water bladder and a water tube, 1 or 2-way communications. You can literally just check a box and just say, "Give me the IMSA outfit," and this thing comes ready for IMSA racing. NASCAR is an option. All of their face shields, including mine, come with tear-off pins. This is serious shit. This isn't like a joke. They also are really big in the karting scene. So I'm excited. I love my Zamp helmet. I think I'm going to love this when this thing's going to look sick in the Miata or in a new RX-8. So it's got a ton of attachment points that you can attach, all kinds of different features. But yeah. So
yeah, I dig it.
Looks pretty sick.
I'm pretty pumped. So we're going to get the Miata all stickered up because I am excited about this. But yes. Also, by the way, this is an expensive helmet, but they do have a very affordable open face that I was originally going to buy because I wanted to try an open face. And that one was $150. It's very affordable, and it's still a Snell, again, race-rated helmet. Yeah. And I got this one because it's got this really thin cheek bar. I'll tell you what, we're going to try it on. But I had it on earlier, but the reason I'm excited about it is it feels very open. So I'm expecting a ton of airflow at autocross. So. Oh, dude.
That is so much more open than I expected.
Nice.
So, all right, can you guys hear me again?
Yep.
So, Brandon, I was talking to Ryan. I want to get something popping off for Zamp. I have no expectations. They asked me to make a video every quarter. I said that won't be a problem at all because I'm going to obviously make a video announcing my partnership with Zamp because I do want to be open and let people know that I am, I've got a heavy discount on this stuff. But if you guys saw my video on the Max Speeding Rods radio, that doesn't stop me from being honest. I straight up told people don't buy the Max Speeding Rods radio. They sent me that radio for free. I asked them, they sent it. They also sent me the backup camera. It's still in my Xterra. I still run it. It's not good. It's not worth $200. So yeah, if I didn't like Zamp, you'd know. But I also wouldn't have asked them to send me the helmet. Well, I wouldn't have asked them to sell me the helmet at a discounted price. But I want to do something big. I don't know what, Brandon, and I need some help. Like, I need attention getting. My original thought, and I sent this to the group, was like a huge road trip, wearing the helmet, top down in the Miata, just going down the highway, listen to It's a Barbie World in my Miata.
Take a road trip up here.
I thought about it.
Drive through downtown Detroit with a bunch of Zamp stickers.
Dude, I'll have to get new padding. Which, by the way, the padding.
I'll put some on my Miata and we can go around.
Yeah.
Dude, we just have the Zamp.
I'll drive the Mustang.
You already got a Zamp helmet. So we got 2, 4. Oh, dude, stick a couple on the hood too. I'm considering doing an obnoxiously large sticker. I mean, comically large. Like, getting a hold of like a sticker manufacturer and getting something that I'm like, I want this, boom, full side of the door on the Miata. That way I get a couple of pictures of this thing or videos of this thing running, and I'm just like, hey guys, this company sent me out a helmet. I don't know if you guys could tell or not, but I just want to make sure you guys know, there's not really a whole lot of branding in this video or something. I don't know, something like that. You know how like Ricky Bobby, when he's in that movie, he gets sponsored and he's got it all the way across. Bro, I should do the windshield.
That's like number one, windshield.
Yeah.
Am I doing a gigantic Zamp Racing sticker on the windshield?
Why not? If they'll send you one, a big windshield banner.
They gave me a $500 discount on this safety equipment. This is legitimate race safety equipment. I'll buy a sticker for $50. I'll happily buy a sticker for $50. I do want to get a couple of their shirts too. That might be the move. Get a huge obnoxious sticker, boom, across the windshield, dude. And then I got the helmet on, and then I got the Zamp, and then when I obviously get pulled over, that'll be my thumbnail. I got pulled over due to my sticker. Brandon, you'll have to get out and get a thumbnail.
You just put it at eye level on your windshield.
just put it right
just
across my visor.
Completely cover your windshield.
Yeah, just put the Zamp sticker on the visor.
Dude, do I need to get a megaphone too? Just like, everybody,
buy Zamp. Do you race? I don't care. Buy Zamp anyway.
So, what's up, Logan? We got Logan on the YouTube chat. I don't think this is Logan Roderick though. Yeah, I think, man, the Zamp sticker, dude. Okay, so the Zamp sticker with the Zamp parade through downtown Detroit. We go to 8 Mile.
No, you're not going to 8 Mile.
I don't think we're gonna do that.
You ain't gonna make it out of there.
So, how far is it? It's 5 hours to your place.
4 hours and 30 minutes.
I gotta drive down there.
From Indianapolis, from your house, probably 5.
Before I do that, I definitely gotta bed in this helmet a little bit though. I think that might be the move. So, yeah, I'm excited. So in the next video, there should be the bright red gloves. I don't know. I personally don't think I've needed gloves. I thought gloves were more for like the like fancy suede or whatever steering wheels. That way you don't get your oils on them.
I think it helps your grip.
I'm sure
it's like
it does.
A bike.
I don't know. I've never tried it. So, yeah, I'm pumped. So we're going to run the next event like this. The only thing is I got to reconfigure the GoPro setup.
Hey.
So.
Wait, dude.
So, your boy talked about running multiple different forms of grassroots motorsports. And I apologize, my video is going to struggle for a minute because, as always, I got a spreadsheet for this stuff. There's not a whole lot going on this specific month, but next month things start kicking up, and I want to know if you guys would be interested in joining. Sorry, I gotta pull it up. So I've got a calendar with different events that I want to go to highlighted. Specifically, I know next month I believe is the Hoop DX, which is Rallycross. It'll be the track day now as well. We have the autocross.
We got 3 events next month. A 2-day, it's the Saturday and Sunday, and then a Sunday event. And
Oh. You don't happen to have the dates for those, do you?
I believe it's 8th and 9th, or 9th and 10th of September. And
Oh, it's
then
right
the
around the corner.
20th.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's going to bump into what I'm doing, luckily.
No, yeah.
But racing, I believe it was. Oh, also, remember me, I got to talk about my wall color. Okay, I can't find the spreadsheet. I'll have to find it. But yeah, the Hoop DX event's coming up. I'm going to reach out here soon and just say, hey, would somebody please allow me to come ride in your car? Hopefully I can get you some cool videos, but I'm more just wanting to show what this is like. I considered signing up the Miata. I don't want to tear up the Miata, especially now that I'm considering selling it. But yeah, ideally I would just get a bunch of ride-along videos.
I'm sure somebody would allow you or offer to let you ride in.
Yeah. I mean, when I went to the drift event, there was a ton of people offering to let me ride, but since I'd had that set up beforehand, I felt like I was bugging them. They didn't give me that feeling. It just, I was like, hey, buddy, can I ride in your car? Are you going out now? Oh, no. Okay, just let me know. How about now? Oh, nope. Okay, I'll get back.
Just got to roll up with like just max confidence. Like, hey, bro, I got a YouTube channel. Let me ride in your car.
Well,
I trying to show people how rally racing is.
But how douchey would you sound? You're like, hey, bro, I got like 10,000
Hey.
YouTube subs, bro. Like, let me go for a ride on.
Yeah.
And then you see my video, and it's just like some shitty audio where you can still hear the birds chirping in the background as I'm standing there with my hair in a mess. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take that route. I just want to be like, hey, I post shitty videos online. Can I please record your car? So, speaking of which, I did just hit 10,000 YouTube followers. I have no idea. Dude, I had a couple of videos pop off, and I have been pumped. My long form content is not doing well, but my short form content is doing, I think, better on YouTube than it does on TikTok. Yeah, because now I'm thinking about it, I do a couple thousand views every video. And it's more like the videos that don't do well are the ones that don't do 20-something thousand views. But and TikTok has gone down the drain at this point. So that's kind of exciting.
You're saying TikTok's doing worse?
Yeah. Well, Brandon, the video that you sent me, the engineering explain clip that I made with that one is at 400,000 views. So that one did very well. But it's either like TikTok, you either do very well or you don't do well at all. Instagram is pretty steady. You don't do a ton of views, but the views that are there are actually very quality views, like they interact and stuff. YouTube, I seem to pull more views now, but that was not the case up until recently. I don't know. It feels like it changes every week. So yeah, we gotta get ready to go film a bunch of content. I'm remembering now.
You're for sure gonna be up here September
21st is done.
21st?
21st. It's a Thursday. I've got confirmation that I am rescheduled for that day, so I'm good. I just called and rescheduled my trailer rental. That's good. I'm picking up in Greenwood on the 21st. I'm going to tow the Miata down there. I've already got brakes. So unless my car happens to break September 20th, I will be there. I've also told my wife, I told her, I said, tell your boss that you will have to pick up our son on that day because I will not be here. And it sounds like she's kind of putting her foot down with her boss a little more. Or that and her boss is being more receptive to the fact that we have a 6-month-old.
And you are camping at the track?
Yes. Which is actually something worth talking about. With how hot it's been, may not have missed out on a whole lot camping in the back of the Xterra up there. But is it going to start getting cold up in Michigan in September?
No, it'll be colder than down there, and
I mean, it's almost going to be October.
way less humid. You're going to be South Haven's really close to Lake Michigan, so it'll be pretty windy and nice and cool. But it shouldn't be like cold.
What you're saying is it might be nice for temps.
Yeah.
Trying to get seat time.
Yep.
But yeah, that's
It
still
should
the
be
plan.
nice and either overcast or sunny, no rain. Should
Yeah.
be perfect.
Yeah, ideally here in the next couple weeks, I'm going to try to change the trans fluid in the Xterra as kind of a preparation step. Ooh, I got some other fun news to announce, which I need to follow up on this. Brandon, have you seen videos on the flock gauge on TikTok?
Yes.
Okay. I got accepted into their beta, which it's actually easy to get accepted into the beta. It sounds like they accept everybody that applied. Ryan, the flock gauge. Somebody is currently building a custom gauge that accepts up to 4 3-pin sensors, whatever those sensors you want to set up. And my understanding is it's powered by an Arduino, and they've got the gauge set up, and you track trans temp, oil pressure, trans pressure, or fluid pressure, whatever you want to track. So my original intention was to put it in the Miata for racing, but I'm not really that worried about it. I think what I'd like to do for the first trial run, it sounds like I'm hopefully going to get this by the track event. I would like to set it up in the Xterra to track trans fluid temps while towing.
You smart.
Yeah, be kind of sick. So.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited for
how
that.
How much of those run?
It sounds like the betas are going to be $150.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah. It's a
beta.
It's a multifunction gauge.
It seems pretty legit. Like, I know last time I watched one of his videos, he had just finished up all like other temperatures other than just like ambient temp, and then he was working on getting the pressure stuff handled.
Yep. My understanding is
I'm gonna say like even like the cheapest ones that are mass produced are like double that.
Dude,
at least
those gauges that were in the Cobalt, that was sick. I loved those gauges, but one of them like never hardly worked, and the middle one would just cut out randomly once a week.
It's probably wiring.
Yeah, but those were not cheap gauges.
Those were good gauges. Those are Innovate gauges, which are like, I mean, I was looking at a wideband AFR gauge for the Speed 3. It's like $350.
Yeah, I love those things. Also, it just looks sick.
It includes the O2 sensor, but I mean, yeah, they're not cheap.
So yeah, I'm excited. I think I'm gonna, like I said, get the trans fluid changed. I'd like to get that gauge set up. That way I can kind of keep an eye on things going down there, and then camp in the back of the Xterra. Also, that gives me more time to buy a mattress because I never ended up getting a mattress. So I think there's still one other thing I want to do before winter hits, and I might want your guys' help on this. Brandon, maybe specifically. The Xterra is in really good shape, I personally think. Yeah. I would like to see if I can clean up any surface rust that's on it. I think this is the first time I've had a vehicle that's worth doing it. So I'd like to go through, scuff up any rust, hit it with some rust converter, black spray paint on the frame rail underneath, and maybe even, I guess, the bottom of the cab of like the floor pan, I guess you would call it. I did find one little surface rust starting in the front left corner inside of the cab where your footrest goes. Your left side foot goes for the driver. Mm-hmm. It looks like there was a sand buildup there, and the carpet rubbing on it has scuffed away paint. So I went through, vacuuming it up, kind of helped, but I think I'm going to pull up that section of carpet, scuff it, paint that. But I really want to do that this winter, or not this winter, but this fall.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever done something like that.
Nope.
I've never done rust proofing. Well, actually, I have. I coated the Speed 3 in fluid film years and years and years ago, but you're talking like the next level up.
Yeah.
From that.
It's like early rust correction. Yeah.
Yep.
There's only like one troublesome spot, and it's on the left rear corner panel inside of the fender. There's a part where the body comes in and it kind of hooks up. It's like a little channel of metal. And the corner of that is kind of crusty. But it's on the inside. You don't see it. So honestly, I don't know how hard it would be to get to. I might see if I can just pull that plastic out, knock off the rust, see if I can get down to clean metal and just spritz it. It'll look
Paint it.
jagged, but nobody's ever going to see it. Just top the body. All that and the inside of the fender liners. Of the actual, like, fender.
Layers.
Yeah. Because they're metal, so. But that, I think I'll just get, like, a body-colored spray and just... Psst. So. But, yeah. I'd like to do that. Brandon, speaking of that, how's the XJ running?
Yeah, about that. I drove it again this morning, and it's
No.
acting up again.
What are you thinking?
So I don't know. I was almost ready to post it up for sale on Marketplace.
Yeah,
So
I can understand.
Yeah.
What do you think it would sell for?
well, if I could figure out why it's acting up, I could probably get, I don't know, probably 3 to 5, depending on the right buyer.
I think coming in the winter would help.
Yeah.
I think 3 to 5, as long as it runs under its own power somewhat.
Especially
that's-
a right-hand drive XJ.
Right.
Well,
Somebody's-
they were male Jeeps, weren't they? So
there's
aren't they
one-
pretty common?
There's a U.S. right-hand drive male Jeep. But this is a Japanese right-hand drive Jeep. Right? That's my understanding.
Yeah.
Because I
I
don't
think we have some here in the States, but they're not as plentiful as other right-hand drive, like male carriers have.
Also, I don't think the
What units are the Speedo in?
Kilometers. All my gauges are
Metric.
metric.
I don't
It's
think
kinda
they
cool.
I don't think they
It
would
is
be metric gauges in Japanese text if it was a U.S. mail vehicle.
It did spend
Well-
some time as a male vehicle, but
But I'm saying as like a built for the U.S. mail spec.
yeah,
It
Like,
was built for the Japanese market.
yes.
It is a legitimate
So
JDM
weird.
Jeep. Yeah. Because a right-hand
I'm just
drive,
wondering
like
who
US,
in Japan was buying a Jeep.
Honestly, I would love to meet the guy that was the first owner of this thing. I think it'd
honestly,
be a
Brandon
blast.
might be dead. Like,
Probably, but
if they bought a brand new Jeep, I can't imagine that's cheap. My guess is
No.
they had to be middle-aged at least, which means they would
I'm
be
gonna
60s, 70s.
Going to Japan was eye-opening because most people don't even want to drive. It's annoying to them. And if they do drive, they buy some tiny, like, K car to drive to and from work. So I cannot... I don't know who was buying a Jeep, but that's kind of funny. They probably paid a lot for it, too, because they tax the shit out of you, from what my friend told me. Like, if you buy anything more than, like, 1 liter, you pay a ridiculous road tax. And gas there is already super expensive. I think it was, like, double what it is here.
I was gonna say I wonder how much mountain racing is still going on in Japan, but there's a guy.
Oh, I bet it's going on, but I bet it's, young rich kids with disposable incomes.
There's a guy. There's a YouTube channel called, I think it's Life with Albo, but he lives in Japan and he moved to Japan in search of this, and he's got, I think an S2000 currently. He had a Miata or something, and he still does the downhill racing. Like it's still alive and well.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a thing.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just talking about you
honestly,
like your normal person,
yeah.
everyday Joe.
Oh,
But
whatever happened to that like Initial D revive? It wasn't called Initial D, but it was going to feature a new white GT86. Did you guys hear anything about that?
no,
Oh, you look that
is
up.
Initial D actually worth watching?
I loved Initial D. Yes, I have not gotten to finish it. My problem is I get really into...
Is there an actual like story to follow, or is it just
Yeah, No, so it's got a story to follow. Yes, I think it's a fun story to watch. I watched the English dub, which I know I am blasphemous in the anime community. I watched the English dub just because.
You watch it dubbed over?
Yes, fully
Ooh.
full English. Why? Don't. How much anime did you even watch?
I actually used to be really big into anime.
Okay, well I got into it for like a year
Back
or
in
two.
middle school, I was huge into anime.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got into it there for a little while. I remember my friend showed me Attack on Titan, like everybody else got into. But I started getting into like some the smaller stuff. Like, did you ever watch Elfen Lied? Elfen Lied? I don't know how it's pronounced.
No.
It's weird, but it's very good. How about Death Parade?
Nope.
110% recommend Death Parade. And it is just it's a very interesting show. Side note, okay. Death Parade, they bring the two people come up an elevator. Sometimes they know each other, sometimes they don't. And they're greeted by this bartender. And the bartender's like, y'all are going to play a game. And they're like, why? We're not going to play this game. Where am I? And the bartender's like, you died. One of you lives, one of you doesn't. You're going to play this game. The winner lives and goes back down to earth. The other one, passes on. So now they're competing against each other in this game that typically produces physical harm. Like they'll throw darts on a dartboard, and wherever it hits, it harms that other person in that area. And then there's a big reveal at the end. I'll save you the big reveal. It was an amazing show. I loved it. 10 out of 10, 110% recommend. I actually might even go back and watch it tonight now. But there was only one season.
Sounds kind of cool.
It was very cool. But anyway, yes, Initial D had a pretty good story. Like many anime that, you got to remember the culture's a little different. But if you watch anime, yeah, since you watched anime, I don't think you'd be surprised. There's this one weird interaction between one of the dudes and one of the girls.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially, he was going to win for her virginity. So, but that was like the only like.
Oh. Okay.
But
yeah.
I might have just got.
There's an immense amount of perversion in most anime.
Yeah, I would say
like
Initial D
overly
for the most
sexualized.
Part, yeah, Initial D for the most part's pretty clean. So, but yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I need to go back and watch it. But the problem is, I watched it so long ago, I forgot where I left off. But I think I was on like season 4 or 5. So, I thought it was pretty good. The only downside to it, I think, is you kind of know what's happening every single race the very first season. Not really any surprises. But yeah, supposedly there was a reboot. They got a new GT86. It's white, obviously black, just like the original. So I don't know, but I saw some cutscenes for it and it looked really cool. I wanted to watch it. I might have to look that up.
Is it live action or anime?
No, this one's an anime. It's just a more updated anime, obviously.
Wasn't someone trying to do a live action?
Yeah, there's a live action.
I figured there is one. It exists. It's like it's done.
I don't know how the live action is full Japanese. There's no dub that exists. I started watching it, and the acting was just extremely cringe. I couldn't even get to the race. It was just, I don't remember what it was, but yeah, I couldn't do it. So, but yeah, you guys have anything you guys want to bring up? Because if not, honestly, I might just call it. It is 10:30.
That's true. Yeah, I'm pretty tired.
Yep.
I'm good for the night.
Thanks for hopping on, by the way, guys. I know tonight had a weird
schedule.
schedule.
No problem.
We'll have to see what my wife's schedule is like next week because obviously I need her help with the baby. I'd like to get back to 7. Daniel does want to. I wasn't gonna say his name earlier, but yeah, Daniel had to kind of cancel on us tonight, but he did want to reschedule. So, but I might push that out 2 weeks kind of give us a break on the 9 p.m. thing. So.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna hop off here and check on the wife and head to bed. Thank you
All
guys
right.
for joining.
Yep. See you
Later.
guys later.
See ya.